Your net worth is not a number. It is alignment. It's integrity, peace, permission, boundaries, and the way you love yourself in every season. You are the asset. You are the investment. You ever notice how people get real suspicious when you bring up net worth? Like suddenly they forgot their birthday, their address, and their whole financial identity. Let me help you out today because somebody lied to us. Your net worth is not your bank account. It's not your bank balance. It's not your credit score. It's not your debt to income ratio. It's not how much money you saved. Because if the world inside of you is not matching the world outside of you, if your inner world is leaking worth, leaking peace, leaking confidence, your whole entire life is going to feel unsteady. And here's the thing nobody talks about. When your inside isn't matching your outside, you start losing joy in the very things that used to light you up. The hobbies that once grounded you, they now feel heavy. The people you used to laugh with feel distant. The routines that once made you feel alive now feel like chores. And that's when we start trying to fix the internal leaks with external renovations. We change jobs. We change zip codes. We change relationships. We change our hair, our clothes, our whole aesthetic. We remodel the entire outside, hoping it'll quiet the chaos inside. But changing outside does not heal the inside. You can move across the country. You can switch careers, cut bangs, upgrade your wardrobe, or glow up your Instagram. But if the emotional leaks, the worthiness wounds, the burnout, the fear, the self-neglect are still leaking, the instability will follow you. Because wherever you go, your unhealed parts go with you. Until you repair the inside, the outside will always feel shaky. And that's why we're here today, to talk about the net worth that actually matters. Welcome back to Plugging the Leaks because broke is boring. I'm Danyell, the founder of My Money Enterprises, creator of Tradelandia, and your emotionally grounded budget coach. And before we get into the deep stuff, I want to honor something powerful. I have a huge thank you to Connie Davis with Maiden Explorations for sponsoring the Unlocking Commerce Podcast Accelerator. This isn't just a training. This was a hand-picked opportunity. Connie personally selected 3 individuals, me being one of them, to receive 6 months of fully produced podcasting, including storytelling and messaging training, coaching on presence and clarity, production support, a brilliant cohort of creators, and a mission to amplify underrepresented voices. And let me brag for a second about the production support. All I do is record. I send the raw audio to Goodnight Podcasting Solutions, and Kyle, the magician behind the mic, handles everything. The editing, mixing, intros and outros, descriptions, the graphics, the distribution, basically making this whole thing sound professional and polished. This program is an actual gift. So do me a favor, go like, subscribe, and comment on the Unlocking Commerce channel. Check out the other cohort episodes. Support the work that's making voices like mine possible. And if you have a message burning in your chest, keep an eye out for the next cohort starting this spring. You never know. You might be one of the voices they choose next. All right, y'all, let's talk about why your real net worth is running on empty. We were taught that net worth equals assets minus liabilities. What we have minus what we owe on it. It's cute, it's useful, but only if you're an accountant. Numbers don't matter when your interior world is falling apart. If your outside looks successful, but your inside feels tired, resentful, disconnected, and anxious, your net worth is leaking. It's not your money worth, It's your you worth. I have a couple of client stories I'm going to share throughout. Names have obviously been changed to protect the innocent. So Raven had the perfect life on paper. She had a great job, a nice salary, a luxury car, great partner, a great home. But she admitted to me that my life looks rich, but I feel poor. And she wasn't out of money. She was out of alignment. Her interior and her exterior were living two different realities. That's emotional bankruptcy. And it always shows up somewhere, like your energy, your joy, your decisions, your spending. So today we're going to talk about the real big 5 pillars of net worth: self-respect, self-trust, self-safety, self-permission, and self-worth. These determine how you earn, spend, give, receive, and protect your resources. Let's break them down one at a time. So self-respect, and where this one leaks is saying it's fine when it's not, over apologizing, letting people talk to you sideways, putting yourself last, canceling your own joy, accepting breadcrumbs for fear that the whole loaf might not come. And there is a matching money leak for this, and it is the comfort spending. Remember, we talked about those leaks last month. And these are your Target runs, Starbucks therapy, stress DoorDash. These are not treats. This is coping. So Erica, she wasn't addicted to coffee. She was exhausted, not tired, emotionally empty. She used Starbucks as the only moment of her day that felt like it belonged to her. I asked her, when was the last time you did something just because you wanted to? And she couldn't answer me. Her leak wasn't caffeine. Her leak was self-respect. So we started with one rule, one daily act of self-respect before she poured into anyone else. As her self-respect rose, her Starbucks spending fell naturally. These kind of leaks can be plugged by doing one self-respect action daily. Practice saying, actually, no. Like, say it with me. Actually, I don't think so. And throw out that 4-year-old bra, because respect starts somewhere. Number 2 is self-trust. This one shows up in our second guessing ourselves, asking 6 friends for advice on things you already know, procrastinating, quitting early because you don't trust yourself to finish, and avoiding commitments. The matching money leak here is the chaos spending. It's the impulse buying, the I deserve this buying, financial storm energy. So Lonnie said yes to everything. Yes to favors, yes to outings she couldn't afford, yes to lending money, yes to overworking. She didn't trust herself to disappoint anyone. And one day she said, I don't even know what I want. I only know what people expect. Her money wasn't leaking. Her self-trust was. So we practiced one scary sentence. Let me get back to you. That pause gave her access to her voice again. As her self-trust grew, her spending stabilized. We plug these kinds of leaks by making and keeping one personal promise a day. Honor your intuition. Write a trust receipt every time you follow your own guidance. Number 3 is self-safety. And these leaks show up by living in survival mode long past the dangerous situation. Having guilt around resting or taking me time. Over-explaining for fear that you'll be judged. Overworking to avoid feelings that might surface. Staying busy so you don't break down. This matching money leak is the convenience leak. This is DoorDash, Uber, late fees. They're not laziness. They're nervous system overloads. So Maya wasn't lazy. She was fried. single mom, full-time worker, zero support. She said, I'm not ordering DoorDash because it's convenient. I'm ordering it because I don't feel safe slowing down. Her spending leak wasn't food, it was survival mode. We added pockets of safety, 5-minute decompression before entering the house, no talking to mom morning windows, 1 protected hour every Sunday. And as her safety increased, her spending decreased naturally. You can plug these kinds of leaks by asking yourself, what would make me feel safe right now? You can rest before you collapse. And treat your nervous system like a toddler, because if you don't get a nap, everybody in reach is going to feel the meltdown. Number 4 is self-permission. And where we see this leak is shrinking, becoming small, hiding, delaying success, feeling guilty for wanting more. The matching money leak here is the belief leaks. We talked about this last month. Old beliefs block new opportunities. Naomi was brilliant, but silent. She dimmed herself constantly to avoid others feeling threatened. She invested in other people's dreams, but never her own. I asked her, whose comfort are you prioritizing, theirs or yours? The next week, she applied for a leadership program. She avoided that program for years. 2 weeks later, accepted. Her identity shifted because she plugged one leak: permission. You plug these leaks by saying, I give myself permission to want more. Take one bold step you've been avoiding. If someone calls you too much, this is not a red flag. This is a permission to be more. And number 5 is self-worth. This one leaks out of tolerating breadcrumbs, overgiving when you don't have stretch in your budget, avoiding boundaries. People treat you the way you allow them to treat you, undercharging in your business or your career, your salary, apologizing for existing, rejecting or avoiding asking for help. The matching money leak here is boundaries. Leaky boundaries equal leaky money. Jordan was incredible at her craft and charged next to nothing for it. Every invoice gave her anxiety. She apologized when she raised her prices. And I told her, you need to stop apologizing for keeping yourself alive. That broke something open. She learned boundaries, real ones. And when her boundaries strengthened, her income finally grew. Self-worth changes everything. You can plug these leaks by saying no to one draining thing. Use, let me get back to you. Remember, if your people get angry at your boundaries, they have been benefiting from your lack of them. And let's be clear, because self-care is not the same as self-love. Self-care is maintenance. Self-love is identity. You can take a bubble bath and still hate yourself, but we want both: care for the body and love for the person inside of it. And before we get to the final reflection, I have a little secret I've been keeping. This podcast is the spark. But while these episodes are just scratching the surface, I've been cooking up something behind the scenes. And this weekend, I finally finished the Plugging the Leaks manuscript, and it is officially in editing. This book goes way deeper than the podcast ever could, into the emotions, the identity work, the nervous system triggers, and all of it. Stay ready, because when this thing launches, it's going to shift some lives. Okay, have a reflection moment. Take a breath. Ask yourself, where am I leaking emotional worth? Which of the big 5 pillars needs attention today? What is one leak I'm willing to plug this week? Write them down. Awareness is the beginning of repair. Your net worth is not a number. It is alignment. It's integrity, peace, permission, boundaries, and the way you love yourself in every season. You are the asset. You are the investment. You are the compound interest. And at the end of the day, you are the commerce, the living, breathing value every room responds to. So if you want deeper support, plug in your emotional or financial leaks, book a one-on-one plugging the leaks coaching session with me. The link will be in the show notes. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this podcast and the Unlocking Commerce channel. Supporting them supports me and maybe your voice next. Watch for info about the next accelerator cohorts launching in the spring. Share this episode with someone who needs it. I'll see you next month.